Hi, Mo here. Hi, guys and girls. Hi, girls and guys. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Mo here. You are on my channel, Mo Moon, and today I'm doing a reading for Aquarius suns. Just the Aquarius suns, please. No other planets for Aquarius, just the sun, please. So I am doing a spread today called Outer Attitude, Inner Truth. It's a 7-card spread, and I'm using my RWS tarot deck. Your guys and girls is my first reading for this week. If you want to watch for somebody who is an Aquarius, you can always do that as well. But to be honest, I have done that. I have done that for people that I know. I've watched their sun sign videos to find out what's going on in their life. And so I don't condone anyone who decides that they want to do that for themselves as well. Sometimes we just have to follow our hearts. So Aquarius, how are you feeling today? I hope you're feeling well. The 7 of Swords popped out just as I was shuffling now. Interesting. I really feel like the 7 of Swords is very much about taking what is yours. But it's also a mischievous card because he is leaving the circus that is behind him. And it's interesting because he's carrying the swords by the blades. So this is an act that even though he's doing what is fair for him to do, he or she in this card, whoever this symbolizes, should not be carrying the swords by the blades. It's only this, meaning that this situation is only going to cause them pain in the long run. Even though it's justice that they're carrying out on their behalf, they are going to in the end cause themselves pain through this taking justice into their own hands. So I don't know who that's for today for the Aquarius suns, but that came out as I was shuffling. So I'm just going to lay the cards out. As I said, it's a 7-card spread. I'll just go over what this spread is about. So the first card is in regards to inner truth about what you want. The second card is about outer attitude towards achieving what you want. The third card is inner truth about what you need. The fourth card is outer attitude about values regarding what you need. The fifth card is inner truth regarding your feelings. The sixth card is outer attitude and reactions regarding your feelings, I suppose. And the seventh card is the future inner truth to be revealed. So it could be the future inner truth to be revealed in regards to the reactions that you've had about your outer attitude, or could be future inner truths to be revealed in regards to the future, into a mindset or a way of thinking or a way of acting. We're not quite sure yet, but as we go into reading, we will find out. So I'm just going to place the cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is in regards to Aquarius suns, and the last card is the 7th. Okay, no clarification cards, okay, but just these 7 cards to read. So for Aquarius suns, outer attitude, inner truth spread. The first card is in regards to inner truth about what you want. And I just want to say that I am going to read each card separately as I turn them over. I'm not going to turn them all over at once, but as I turn them over, perhaps the cards that are past cards that I've turned over can play into the reading as well. So, inner truth about what you want, Aquarius suns. The first card we have for you is the Fool in reverse. Inner truth about what you want. The Fool in reverse for Aquarius suns. Inner truth about what you want. I really do see that with the Fool in reverse. There's a lot of feeling like you want to be in control of the situation, because the Fool right side up is very much someone who isn't about controlling a situation. It's really about living from moment to moment. But with the Fool in reverse, about the inner truth about what you want, it's almost like Aquarius is, you want to be more in control of your situation. There's really, because the Fool right side up is about enjoyment and just going with the flow, the Fool in reverse is very much about not enjoyment and not going with the flow. So it's more about going through difficult times inside of yourself at the moment, and really trying to see where you have lost control, because you don't understand, Aquarius, why inside you feel like, as much as you always embrace the idea of the Fool right side up, now you're really finding this truth within yourself, Aquarius, is where you're embracing the Fool upside down, because Aquarius is always embrace everything. And so with the Fool inner truth about what you want, though, it's very much about the fact that you feel like you want to control things that are happening. You want to use spells, you want to use prayers, you want to use mantras, manifestations to create those things in your life. You really do feel the need for boundaries, you feel the need for lists, you feel the need for step 1, step 2, step 3, because even though Aquariuses are very able to go with the flow, they are very much signs that like to also do things by the book, and like to follow the instructions. So I really feel like with the inner truth about you, what you want, in the next little while, you really are going back to that by the book sort of mentality with the Fool in reverse. And the sunniness of the card, the fact that the sky is yellow, it's bright, there are no clouds. It's almost like there's been a lot of darkness. There's been a lot of darkness in regards to feelings that you've been encountering with the inner truth about what you want. I think you want to delve into those dark sides of yourself. You want to delve into those areas that are hidden, because you really want to grow. You want to journey, but you want to grow where you are, whenever you are where you are. You don't want to have to move if it's not necessary, even though you love to move. You want to be able to sit with yourself and listen to what your inner truths are telling you. So that was card 1 for Aquarius. Card 2 for Aquarius, outer attitude towards achievement of what you want. Okay, so we have the 2 of Pentacles. I'm trying to figure out if it was in reverse, but I'm pretty sure it was right side up, because this one was sideways on the spread. So it's the 2 of Pentacles, but for some reason the idea of reverse is coming into my mind, and yet I don't think that the card was in reverse. So that's quite interesting. So for outer attitude towards achievement, there is obviously the idea of balance and movement, and there's the idea of spiritual connection, outer attitude towards achievement. So your outer attitude, as seen by those around you, is very much one where people see that you are doing your best to control the situation. So the inner truth about what you want is coming out on the outer attitude towards your achieving what you want. A lot of people are seeing you. They're not seeing the inside of you that's up and down with the emotions, because we do have the waves going up and down in the background. So there is that subconsciously, Aquarius, is you are dealing with the up and down of the emotions. And it's almost like you're carrying a lot emotion-wise, because of the fact that there are two boats on the waves. One is a big one and one is a small one. It's almost like you're dealing with big issues, and you're also dealing with small issues. And these are things that people cannot see on the outside, but subconsciously they're there. And if people were willing to tap into who you are, they would understand that this is what you're going through. It's almost like you're juggling, but it's not like you don't have the, you're juggling, but you don't have the freedom to get out of this flow of juggling. It's like the fact that the two pentacles are being juggled, but within the confines of this 8 here. It's almost like, are you really juggling, or are you just giving the illusion to people that you are juggling? Because juggling is really about movement, right? But within the confines, it's more about the illusion of being something. So I really feel with the outer attitude towards achievement, your outer attitude is one where you are portraying an illusion to people. So I really do feel that, actually, as an Aquarius myself, the attitude that you have is one that is very much not being obvious to people about what you were really going through inside of yourself. So it's almost like you're putting up this facade of one thing when within yourself you are actually dealing with another thing. But the sky is clear blue, which is really, really nice, because with the Fool, with the darkness being in reverse, the fact that the sky around you is clear blue is almost like the fact that the energy that you will be dealing with on the outside, so in regards to other people, it will be clear to you what you're dealing with. So even though you're dealing with a lot within yourself, Aquarius, the stuff that you're going to have to deal with from the outside won't be as difficult as it usually is. So you won't have to deal with figuring out what's outside, with also figuring out what's inside. And I also see that he's wearing red and orange, and he's wearing a red hat. That could be also symbolic of the element of fire. So for Aquarius, we are the element of air. But the fact that this person is dressed in red to signify the element of fire, again, lends that idea of mystery. People don't really understand who you are. They can't read you like a book. They can't understand who you are. They may think that you're a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, but really you're an Aquarius. And that brings to mind, for me, again, the idea that Aquariuses are very good chameleons. We can really blend in with our surroundings, and we can really appear to be one thing very giftedly, and yet we are another. And it's not so much about hypocrisy as much as it's like putting out the appearance that you are okay, because you know you are okay, because you are used to dealing with the Fool in reverse, the idea that you are heading in the darkness, you are going within, you are putting boundaries up for yourself, you're doing a lot of inner work. And that's card number 2, the 2 of Pentacles. And the Fool was 0. So that was outer attitude towards achievement. The third card for Aquarius is inner truth about what you need. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Inner truth about what you need. So it's quite fitting that this Ace of Wands is in reverse, because we do not need the willpower that's being handed to us in this card. We already have enough willpower. As I said to you, people are looking at you like you're a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leos. And yet this Ace of Wands is almost like taking back something that you don't need. Inner truth about what you need. So Divine is guiding you, taking back what you don't need for future purposes. So it's almost like you're saving money, but it's in the idea of willpower, spirit, creativity, drive, ambition. At this time, it's almost like with the inner truth about what you need. It's about going within. It's not so much about being obvious to the world with the Ace of Wands in reverse. It's more like being hidden from the world. So for inner truth about what you need, you definitely need alone time, Aquarius. It's not so much about what you need physically. It's not about money. It's not about it's not about money. It's not even about exercise, to be honest. For the next few weeks, I really feel like it's really about retreating within yourself, inner truth about what you need. I feel like the inner truth about what you need, Aquarius, is that you really need some alone time. You really need to connect with reality. Even though you love to connect with the spiritual aspect of Source, you like to meditate, you like to pray, you like to be revolving around religious practices. But I feel like the idea of really putting things down to see them is really what's going to be of benefit for you, for your inner truth about what you need, Aquarius. With the Ace of Wands in reverse, I actually see this like a pencil or a pen. Instead of a wand being held upright, it's almost like somebody using a pencil or a pen. I really do feel like getting things down tangibly, whether they be in a budget form on paper, or whether you're writing a journal, whether you're writing down your steps for each day, whether you're writing in your agenda. I really feel with the Ace of Wands in reverse, what you what you know that you need inside of you is to really, like I said, do things by the book again, because you used to do things by the book a lot, and with this whole COVID thing, it's been very spiritual for you. And yes, you know that COVID is still a thing. It's not going anywhere right now. But it's very much about going within, finding that book, so to speak, and putting it down on paper. So what is it that you have on your mind that you're not aware of yet? Sometimes when we decide to write down what we are experiencing in the present, Aquarius, we actually surprise ourselves with what we are experiencing. It's almost like you're writing something down. You're trying to write down how you're feeling. You're feeling your feelings while you're writing, Aquarius, and then when you go back and read what you wrote, it's almost like you don't realize that that's what you were feeling, and you're almost shocked at the fact that you wrote down something that you had no clue you were dealing with, but because you put it on paper and read it again, you realize that, wow, things could actually be worse than I thought, and I actually have to do a lot more work than I thought. So for the inner truth about what you need, Aquarius, I really do feel like it's more about putting things down on paper, and not so much about saying, oh, I got that up here, I got that up here, because we can easily put everything up here and not be able to categorize what these things are. Whereas when you write them down on paper, Aquarius, it's not so much just about just shoving them in the back of your library in your brain. It's more about making a book. This is what this is about. This book will be my journal. This book will be about my budgets. This book will be about my plans. It's really about starting to categorize everything, being more organized. I feel like the inner truth about what you need is also about being organized, as well as being by the book, as well as becoming more aware of reality and the physical within reality. For outer attitude about values, for Aquarius, we have the Hermit in reverse. So outer attitude about values, I really feel with the Hermit being in reverse, as much as I just want to read what this means upright and then tell it to you in reverse, I don't think that's what it's about. outer attitude about values. I feel like the Hermit, it's a card about going inward. A lot of us have been dealing with the Hermit card because of the fact that we've been on isolation for a little bit before now being allowed to go back out again. So outer attitude about values, Hermit in reverse. So your values, Aquarius, are that you value quality time. But your outer attitude about values with the Hermit in reverse is really about the fact that you want to get back out there and socialize and be who you always were when you were that friendly person. The Hermit in reverse, outer attitude about values. People don't see you so much as a hermit, Aquarius. That's news to me too. They see you as a socialite. That's how people see you. That's the outer attitude that other people have towards you. But the outer attitude about what your values are with the Hermit in reverse is almost like you... I hesitate to say this because I don't experience this, but it really is about the fact that you don't want to do the inner work anymore. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you feel like you're left out in the dark. The outer attitude about the values, almost like you're tired of delving within and trying to come up with the solutions and the answers, especially since it is the age of Aquarius. And everyone's expecting all the Aquariuses to do some sort of magical thing. I really feel like with the Hermit in reverse, this I can understand. It's almost like I'm tired of trying to fix the world. I'm tired of trying to spread, enlightenment and a sense of enlightenment and a sense of otherworldly attitudes. It's really about the fact that you're sick and tired of that. You're sick and tired because you don't see that people are embracing this age of Aquarius. You really don't see that, and you're wondering how long it's going to take. You're tired of going within because every time you go within and you share without what you are going through within, it's almost like you're met with like a brick wall, and it's almost like you're hitting your head against a brick wall trying to tell people the truths about being enlightened. So with the outer attitude about the values, it's almost like you're tired of it all, and you're tired of trying to help everyone else, and maybe that's why you're going within, putting on this facade and going within yourself and going back to being by the book, because you're thinking that this whole endeavor that you were on to change the world, Aquarius, isn't coming about. And so now that you're tired of trying to share the light, it's almost like you're going back within yourself and you're taking care of yourself again. You're taking care of what you want to take care of, and you're doing what you want to do because you don't see that this is changing anybody's life. And so you're tired of trying to pour value into other people's lives and pour value into other people's lives because you're tired of it, because it's not getting you anywhere. At least that's what you think. So for the fifth card for Aquarius, inner truth, your feelings. Wow. Okay. The Five of Pentacles, Aquarius, for inner truth, your feelings. Five of Pentacles, inner truth and your feelings. So it goes deeper than I was talking about with the Hermit in reverse. Inner truth and your feelings. I feel like there's hope in this card for your inner truth. I feel like you are really hanging on to hope, Aquarius, because you're pushing through difficulties and you're not giving up. You're still moving. So your inner truth, though, is one of being impoverished, with the two people who are walking in the snow with their bare feet. One has crutches, the other one barely has any clothes on to keep her warm. So it's interesting because, Aquarius, like I was saying, sometimes when we write things down, we realize that we didn't realize we were feeling a certain way. And so for the inner truth, I think that Spirit is just trying to tell us, because I'm an Aquarius too, Aquarius Sun, that we really have reached a low point with our feelings. This is not so much your inner truth as much as it is your feelings. Really feeling like you reached an all-time low with your feelings, Aquarius. This reading so far is amazing because it's almost like there's so much extreme from one side to the next, Aquarius, and that's why I love you, Aquarius, because your feelings, your emotions, they run the gamut. What I mean by that is it's almost like ultraviolet, ultra red. It's almost like the colors that we see, yes, we all see them, but then there's the ultraviolet and the ultra red, and we don't all see them. But Aquarius, you see them because you see the worst and you see the best and everything in between. It's not only like you see the good and the bad, you see the worst and the best. And then there's the good and the bad, and then there's the neutral. And so for the inner truth, I really want to tell you guys, Aquarius, is that the inner truth is that even though you feel like you've reached an all-time low feeling-wise, there is still hope, because there is that stained glass window with the warmth coming out of it. And it's just about getting into that building, accepting the help that Spirit is pouring out to you. So it could be through some sort of meditation or practice. I really feel like Spirit is telling us even though we wanted to give up with the Hermit card in reverse, our outer attitude about values, we had the Hermit card in reverse, outer attitude about values, really about the fact that we didn't want to do any more giving. But the idea is that Spirit wants to give to us. Spirit wants to give to us. The 5 pentacles on this stained glass window symbolize Spirit, symbolize a balance, but an otherworldly balance being given to us. You are continually going to be supported because you are meant to do great things. And even though you feel like you've reached an all-time low feeling-wise, Aquarius, maybe a depression, maybe you feel depressed right now, maybe you just want to cry, maybe you just want to give up, you're sorry you woke up this morning, you wish that you didn't wake up this morning, maybe you could have died in your sleep. And I know that sounds really depressed and really sad, but I really feel like that's the energy that I'm getting from Aquarius right now, and from myself as well, because I as well as an Aquarius. But I really feel like with this card being out inner truth and our feelings, even though the feelings have reached a really low, the inner truth is that we know that there is hope, right? Because just like there is this warmth coming out of this building, possibly a church, we know that there's still hope out there. There are people still practicing spiritual practices, and those are people that we can still reach with the love of love. Those are people that we can still reach because if they're open to spirituality, they can be open to this new age of Aquarius coming in and this new way of looking at life. And so that's partly why there is that inner truth with our feelings being low, but yet the inner truth that we know, because we are an Aquarius, we are the star card, and we just always keep keep gleaning from the sky all those beautiful stars of hope, all those beautiful stars of truth, all those beautiful things that we can just keep taking, because we are the Aquariuses, we are the water bearers. We pour out because we get our cup filled from divine. Of course, sometimes we have to give from ourselves, but we also are reaching from the divine and giving from the divine through us to those people who are needing. And so I feel like for the inner truth, we do see still hope in this picture, because even though this is a destitution, there is that hope in this building here behind. There is hope there. And I don't know specifically what that hope is for you, only you know, but it could just be the fact that it's coming in within the next couple of weeks or few weeks, and we will see that what the source of our hope is. But it's really about knowing that we know there is hope coming, and it's about knowing that that hope will make itself evident to us when it's time. So outer attitude and reactions is card number 6. We have the 3 of Wands in reverse. Outer attitude and reactions, possibly to our inner truth and our feelings. I feel like there's a lot of abundance for our outer attitude, and the reactions, a lot of movement for reactions, because this card is all yellow if it was in the right side up position, but it was in the reverse position. With the yellow, I feel like there's a lot of dry ground, and this person isn't moving very much. It's almost like they're still standing on the mound of earth, where there's a little bit of greenery, but not much. It's almost like a sunset, watching a sunset. And yet this was in reverse for outer attitude and reactions. So it's almost like our outer attitude is going to be bounteous, and our reaction is going to be movement. 3 of Wands, very much about seeing what you have ahead of you. Getting a broad view of what is ahead of you, only with it being in reverse, it's very much more about tunnel vision, in the sense that it's almost like you can see the light at the end of the tunnel and you can see where you're going. It could also be a path that is set before you, not so much a broad area of land that you're looking at as much as it's a path that you know that you have to take for the outer attitude and reactions. So with your outer attitude, know that you are putting on this facade of being somebody who's moving and being a fire sign, and yet subconsciously going through a lot with the 2 of Pentacles that we had. But with the outer attitude and reactions, it's almost like inwardly you're still, but outwardly you are still moving with that idea of being social, like I was talking about. Yeah. So I still see air, earth, fire, and water, the 4 elements within the 3 of Wands. And that could be the same whether it's whether it's right side up or in reverse. So I really do see a balance, a unity. And again, with spirit, I feel like your outer attitude is really showing a sense of health, and the reaction is a healthy reaction. So even though you're going through a lot of ups and downs and a lot of different emotions and a lot of conflicting ideas within yourself, Aquarius, you are putting out the idea that you are still healthy, you are still sane, you still know what you're doing, and you're still in control of what's going on around you, within you, and you're still able to keep doing what you've always done. And so for the 7th card for Aquarius, we have future inner truth to be revealed. The Devil in reverse. Future inner truth to be revealed. 1 of the Devil in reverse. So the Devil right side up could very much symbolize being trapped, but the Devil in reverse is not so much about being trapped as much as it's about being free. It's about being enlightened. It's about being lit up with the knowledge of who you are and of who you were meant to be. So this is a future inner truth that will be revealed to you. The idea that You are a clever person. You are no man's debtor, you know, and that doesn't mean that you don't owe anybody money. It just means that you are good to pay them back, and that's your intention, is to pay them back. You don't mean to cause anybody any harm. The devil, though, is also a card, in my opinion, of being misunderstood. But I really feel like with the sixth card being outer attitude, being the Three of Wands in reverse, that you are still putting on that complete attitude of being understood. And so the only people that might misunderstand you are people that are more spiritual. So with the Devil card in reverse, I really feel like where future inner truths to be revealed are taken into account, you may have trouble with other spiritual people because everybody wants to be the right person for spiritual awakening. And so I don't feel like that's a problem for Aquariuses, though, because we don't, well, I mean, I don't want to say we don't battle with our inner demons, but we do know that we are okay with being wrong about something. And I feel like with the Devil card for future inner truths to be revealed, we may have a revelation that we are wrong about something, and that's okay. But because with the Devil card in reverse, it's also about freedom, right? So sometimes with the Devil, we have to realize we are trapped in a certain situation in order to allow ourselves to break free from that situation. So that was the outer attitude, inner truth spread for my Aquarius suns. I hope you enjoyed that. This is Mo. Please remember to like this video, comment down below if you feel like it. Subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you can make sure you know when I put out another video. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.